Paul,
So
let's throw the floor to you. What is your blanket rule when it comes to managing money in an LTR?
my bun's just looking at roll his guitar there. My
That's
blanket
that's
rule.
$3,000 guitar out of my selection.
Yeah, I was gonna look it up online. Just kidding. All right, so yeah, my blanket rule is that I take charge of it right away, and I set the standards in the beginning. So I think that what happens. Ooh, I got a lot of background noise. I don't know who that is in the background there, but I think what guys are afraid to do is they're afraid to have that discussion or set that standard as things move along into an LTR. It's like there's an innate drive to want to take care of the baby maker. And so they're afraid that if they don't sort of, I don't know, heed to her wishes and her desires to see all the finances and know what's going on and whatever, and to let her have full control over that, then they feel like it's going to create this conflict in the relationship. They might lose her, this, that, and the other. And it's a weak position, right? And guys lose that battle. They lose their frame because they don't set it in the first place. So I always recommend, and what I do is I always have my exit strategy for any relationship laid out beforehand. All right. So I'm not a big advocate of marriage this day and age for a number of reasons that, pretty much everyone on this panel is not really a big advocate for it. But I mean, think of a marriage. What do you need? A prenuptial, a separation agreement. I don't care how much money you have, right? If you're cohabitating, you have to have some kind of separation agreement, especially if you're getting close to that point in time where you're going to be considered common law. You know what I mean? You have to lead the charge and doing these things and setting these standards. Now, guys will ask me, but how do you sell that? You know what I mean? How do you get her on board or whatever? And, you can just tell her and that's it. If you have an early frame announcement, then it's not going to be an issue. You're not going to have to answer these questions later because you didn't address it in the beginning. But the second part is it's pretty simple. If a relationship's going to be healthy, an LTR is healthy if both people are there voluntarily, right? If nobody feels like they're a prisoner or that they're trapped in the relationship, they're making the decision every single day to be in that relationship, then that's going to be a healthy relationship. It causes the conditions for both partners to always put in that effort, right? And this is how you spell this out to your chick when you have these discussions. Look, we're gonna set these standards beforehand for separation so that you never feel trapped. I never feel trapped. We're choosing to be with each other every day. Because what happens is to guys I get in like consultations who make $300,000-$400,000 a year, they got a couple houses, and things are going terrible with the wife, and she controls the finances, and he's trying to get control back. Yet he makes all the money, and he's scared about divorcing because he doesn't know what that divorce looks like. He hasn't talked to a divorce attorney. There's no prenuptial. He's scared about, well, am I going to be able to see my kids? Is she going to drain the accounts? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? He literally has no power, no control, no frame because he didn't set those standards up in the beginning, right? And so I'm talking about separation because the two things go hand in hand, all right? Having that separation agreement involves what you're doing with the money, what you're doing with the finances. And basically, early frame is you say, here's how it's going to be, here's the standards. And you figure it out, but you don't have to, in setting that frame, you don't have to tell her about how much you make, share what's in the accounts, all those things. You don't have to do that. I recommend that you're not giving her all that power to handle your finances where you're not doing anything. I made that mistake before too, guys. I've been married before. I was living out of a rucksack, sending money home, come home, and she was working too. I come home to no money in the savings account, right? And a huge amount of craft, Etsy and craft stuff in the basement. We could have opened up a damn craft store, all right? Had all this crap that she had wanted, and I didn't have any money in the bank accounts. And that's what ends up happening.
So you sent all of your money back home for her to manage when you were out on deployment?
Yep. Yeah, I was an idiot. I was a total idiot. I guess
you'll never do that again, right?
Nope. Nope. I just didn't worry about it. I just didn't care. I was like, I'm living out of this bag and focusing on my mission. As long as I had enough money to buy the minimal gear and BS I needed to get, which was very low, cost really in the large scheme of things, I was just sending it back. I wasn't checking on anything. Wasn't and she would occasionally update me on stuff, and I had all this, see, I had the framework of, well, I just trust her. It's fine, whatever. You know what I mean? And it's not about trust though. It's about leadership. It's not like she tried to screw me over. It's that I didn't execute leadership in that relationship like an idiot. And so money went in places they shouldn't have gone. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. As I get these guys going, well, I trust her though. So good, you should trust her. You should be an LTR if you don't trust her. It's not about trust though. It's about leadership. Women need to be led in the relationships. And so if you're not executing leadership, she is going to do a bunch of things and you're not going to be happy with those things.
And if I might add an addendum to what Paul said, and this is a big risk that every man faces, because I know we're painted as the evil bad guys and all this. A lot of you will slip into it because you're a good guy and you want to make your wife or your girlfriend happy. You're like, oh yeah, I want to help her. Well, no, not even that. Like, I think it's like, I like this girl. I want her. So don't give her money. Don't buy her a car, but get her flowers every once in a while. Don't know if you knew this. Flowers are a lot cheaper than a car. Get her the occasional bit of jewelry, take her out for dinner. But for God's sake, don't give her the deed to the house. Don't give her your bank accounts, and don't help her with rent, because you're then enabling behaviors where she's never going to learn. So I think, Paul, poor guy out there, he might have been preoccupied with other things than finances back home. I don't know if he was busy or something, sipping Mai Tais in Iraq. But he probably like, yeah, oh, here you go, sweetheart, take care of it. But no, you cannot just give women money. Buy them nice little trinkets or gifts. Never above $25 though.